Thank you so much for hanging out with me for another Mario Ramon discussion. If you like the video, definitely like the video below, subscribe to my channel, and comment. I would love to hear your point of view. Today, we're going to talk about the Tulsa massacres. It's the 100-year anniversary of the Tulsa massacres, and there has been tons of other massacres like it. I know a lot of people always refer to Rosewood, but before the Tulsa massacres, we had multiple, at least 18 other massacres like this. I often wonder what life would be like had those massacres never happened. What I think would have happened is we would have had Black-owned banks, Black-owned hospitals, Black-owned universities, just like totally. I'm talking about like Ivy League. I don't want to just say HBCU, Ivy League, like, Harvard and things like that. But we had the massacres, so we will never know. We as Black people had whole cities with mansions and Black-owned stores and libraries and schools and everything burnt down to the ground. 100 years ago. And 100 years ago is not long, because you got people that's 109 years old living. You have descendants of the people living today that were in the Tulsa massacres, like children who got away, or the children of the children who got away. That may have been their mom. Some of they're living. They're living. I would love to interview them. The thing in this is, I don't want it to be a race situation, because every race have good and bad people. Black people have good and bad people. White people have good and bad people. Every race have good and bad people. And just because somebody is of a different ethnicity than you doesn't mean that they mean you harm or they're bad. When Harriet Tubman did the Underground Railroad, we had white people who were alliance with Black people. We could have never done the Underground Railroad without alliances. People letting you come in their home, sleep, eat, pee, wash your woo-woo, wash under your arms, eat, here's the food. And they did it over and over again. That's why they call it the Underground Railroad. So I say that to say I don't want it to be a race thing, because we will get lost in the sauce for people who are our alliance, and they are our brothers and sisters, in this fight. I don't know. I just wish that it would just all disappear. I actually, right now in the background, you can see I am in Hawaii, and I actually had 2 different types of discrimination since I've been here. One was at a restaurant, and one was in an information system. We were standing, me and baby, we were standing. And now, with us, let's be real. I don't know if it was the Black or the gay thing, but we have a double whammy. I'm keeping it real. Keeping the shit real. We got a double whammy, Black and gay. But we were standing there for 45 minutes. The man would not help us. I went up there. He said, I'm busy. He said, give me your number and I'll call you. He never called, and it's been 48 hours. We went to a restaurant. They set us in the kitchen, bitch. Now, I was taken back. I'm just going to be real. I didn't know what the fuck was even happening. It's kind of like when you're being conned by a con artist and you don't even know you're being conned until like $15,000 is out your bank account. We were standing in line, and we were the only Black people. And, we not licking and lapping on each other, but maybe people could see our chemistry. I don't do public affection. Baby does. He'd be like, give me a kiss or a hug or something, whatever. And that's my heart. So I'm not going to turn him down because he's comfortable. But that's not my deal. We're in line, and I counted, and I'm looking through the glass, I counted 6 open seatings. They called 4 people in. 4, come on. They sat them down, and I see the two, and I was like, oh, we're going to sit at the two. She said, two, come on. And she pointed, go in there. She didn't even take us. You know how they take you. Follow me, and they'll sit you down, and your server will be with you in a moment. No, she said, go in there. It was through this little metal door, and it led to the kitchen, bitch. And I was like, we going to the employee cafeteria? I didn't know what was happening. I literally am sitting there with the cooks and the chefs and shit. I was like, what in the Rosa Parks is going on? And once again, like I said, I wasn't even ready. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know that I should have pulled my wig off right then and there and threw that shit on the floor just so they can know I'm serious. The fuck? So we sat there. We thought they were going to sit the people in back of us back there too. Well, they never came. They set them in the place where I thought we were going to sit, bitch. I'm going to tag the name of the restaurant in the video. I had never. And I say that to say, this is 2021. And it's still happening today. 200 years ago, slavery. 100 years ago, Tulsa, Rosewood. In 2021, Mario and Ty in Hawaii. It happened. When we left, I finally grasped what really happened to us. It didn't hit me until I got in the car. And when we got in the car, I didn't want baby to see it, but I was crying. I'm whispering because it's on the other side. I started crying. That shit hurt my motherfucking feelings. And not only, I wasn't crying because just my feelings were hurt. I was crying because that's how my ancestors felt. And they didn't have a choice. And when they probably got their food made, there was probably spit, piss, shit, pubic hairs, rubbed it on the floor. That's why my parents always say, they say, you got to pray over your food, baby, and pray for the people who made it. Because even though they crucified Jesus, Jesus said, forgive them for they know not what they do. He was still praying for them on his deathbed. So my parents always said, pray over your food and pray over the hands that made it, even if they're trying to do you wrong. Because the bed that people make for you is the bed that they're going to sleep in. Oh, let's be clear. And that's why people have generational curse. Their children are horrible. They don't respect them. They are evil and all of this. It's a generational curse. It's because of what you've done to other people, baby. You thought you were going to get out of it? Oh, so karma doesn't visit you. Oh, I get it. You're special. Child, please. Karma's going to visit you, pumpkin lamb. Don't you worry about it. It's going to happen. If it don't happen to you, your kids are going to get grief. Your mother's going to get grief. And it's not me. This is the universe. I'm just saying. Google it. Generational curse. Google the shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just Google it. So I'm not going to make this video long and drawn out. I just want to say, happy Memorial Day. And, let's just keep what we've been through in the past in our peripheral vision. I don't need you to be tunnel vision on it, but it needs to be in the peripheral vision so it doesn't happen again. And so we can make means to make it better for ourselves. And this falls back in line to me, what Monique said about the bonnets. We're trying to do better. When you know better, you do better. And we know better, so we need to start doing better as well. I pray ain't ruffle no feathers, but if I did, my job is done. Okay? Thank you so much for hanging out with me on the Mario Ramon discussion. If you like the video, definitely like the video below, subscribe to my channel, and comment below. And I'll see you next time on the Mario Ramon discussion. Have a great day. Peace.